Hello friend and welcome back. So we've got two new legendaries to hatch today, one of them being the Dragon of the Month, the other one being a card pack dragon. And I do also want to add that the Dragon of the Month will be involved in a Heroes Challenge next week, so you'll want to get the Magician as soon as possible. But without further ado, we have Mr. the Magician here, who has a very nice typing. He's got like a chalice on the front of him, which is kind of interesting, I guess. But this is the Magician, who is a legendary energy and water dragon. So he's got a very mixed set of elements. I guess he could work in a very niche scenario, but you know, the meta today is of course divine and ancient, so I probably wouldn't suggest you use him on a team, but you do you. So the Magician Dragon is a realizer of dreams, inspiring those around it to make their goals into reality through their own power. This dragon will always remind you to follow your heart. Isn't that just the sweetest Kosht? What name? Kosht? How do we even say that? I don't know, Kosht, can you tell me? I have to say, I do like the mix of the light blue and the purple on this dragon, and his little chalice that just stays on his wings. I kind of prefer the adult version to the baby version though, so he will be immediately fed up to level 20, and you'll see that the Magician has some cool effects, like the infinity symbol, I believe, on his head. You know, all these mystical patterns and things all over his shining, glimmering body. Pretty cool dragon overall, and of course he is part of the yearly collection and the 3-month collection, so he gives us access to other new dragons. We can take him for a quick spin in a second if you want. We could take him for a quick battle. But just before that, he's our first legendary of today. The other legendary that we have is, of course, Mr. Winged Apocalpse. So I did get this dragon through the card packs in the week because he's been available in the dungeon, some of his pieces, and also in card packs. Finally got him after opening up a bajillion clan things, and apparently it's not going to show me because I've searched up Alpine today. So it's hard to take the Apocalpse Dragon's doomsday warning seriously, because it delivers them daily. The sky can't always be falling, can it? Let's not even get into that. The one thing that I do love about Apocalpse in particular is that he has a love heart on his head. It's like he's actually etched it into his skin, which is actually, now that I think about it, kind of creepy. But Apocalpse, he's like an angel that's got a heart on his head, and all he keeps doing is talking about the end of the world. Remember when everyone was saying that 2012 was going to be the end of the world? Then it was 2014, then it was 2020. I remember. And 2000. Oh, I accidentally fed him up, so we'll take him to 21. But look at this adult form. He looks angry. He's mauled. He's annoyed, but his heart has gone away in his adult form, which is kind of sad. I wish he'd have kept it. But he reminds me of a Valkyrie, honestly. He does. He reminds me of a Valkyrie. Weird, but another legendary, and he is a legendary Void and Shadow Dragon. Again, I probably wouldn't suggest you use him on a team, but just very quickly, of course, we did have Walmart, and they've given us a chance to trade in arena gems in exchange for some items, because of course they're going to be removed in the new update, so you can get pieces for cappuccino, you can get some dungeon currency, things like that. So if that's what you want, go ahead and waste them on this, because my arena at the moment, I don't think it's too crazy today, but it's been in like over the few millions a couple of times, so I've been ignoring it. So I might just trade them in at the Walmart, we'll see. But in terms of the Magician, like I was saying, we do have a Heroes Challenge involving him next week, and the reward for doing that is going to be Diamond Scale. So no, I do not want Microsoft Teams on this PC, thank you. But we're also going to have Sigil campaign, and we're actually repeating dragons. That's why I was searching up Alpine, because we will be getting Alpine in the Sigil campaign, and in the Bottomless Dungeon we will have that dark dragon. Look at him, he's terrifying. But it's going to be a slow week next week in preparation for, that's it, Darkfire, in preparation for the Ancient Earth event that is starting on the 14th. So do be aware that that is coming up. But in terms of the Magician, of course, I've been using Coral plus Fire because it's the best combo you can use. Let's go and try and breed another one. What do we get? Not the Magician. That was not surprising. But I really do want to stress that if you ever are going to breed a Dragon of the Month, do not ever press this breed button in-game. Because if I press this and it takes me to the hatchery, it will put in random dragons. Always use the suggested best combos. This month you should be using Coral plus Fire if you want the best odds. Just don't ever, if you want to have a good chance, click how to and then breed. This button is a scam. Don't do it. Genuinely, don't do it. Of course, in my other breeding den at the moment, I'm kind of wasting my extra den relics just because I don't really care. But of course, I've been trying to breed Missy Sandshade. And if we try and breed Sandshade, then there are like a bajillion outcomes, over 70 of them. So that one's just sort of full at the moment. We're just going for the Magician in the other one. Any duplicates for... You know, if you want to go for duplicate Dragon of the Months for the Dragon Master Pass, you can do that. You can try and breed Harpies and Elephants, because they're also really good for getting points during the Dragon Master Pass. And if you do want to finish the Dragon Master Pass, now's the best time. Because, of course, we do have that Ancient event coming. But, I don't know, how about we buy... we'll buy some stepping stones, there we go. I have been collecting my arena gems, but, you know, I don't think we're going to get much use out of them. So let's go and open up this purple chest twice. 200 dungeon trinkies, I'll take. 125, not as good, but I'll take those as well. You know, let you open up that purple chest a couple more times, why not? Better than wasting them and never get any use out of the arena gems, right? But, of course, we're going to have new update coming out very soon as well. So we're going to have that Nightmare map. We're going to have the other stuff. It's going to be interesting because taking to level 120, it should cost just under 500 million food now. And if I have 150 million food, that means I should be able to take at least one dragon to level 120 if I wanted to. But if we don't actually need to take dragons to level 120, there might not be any reason for it, because right now I could do it with the new update. Take like Ikez or one of the Divines up to level 120, but it's just like, do I need to? Do I really need to? Or will our sigils be enough to just carry us through? I do also have an epic witchcraft sigil, which I was hoping to put on him. If I need to put that on him to clear the map, maybe we'll do that. But we'll have to see when the update comes out, because if there's no point to just suddenly leveling up everything, I might not. But hey-ho, Spaghetti-O, that is the way things be. So I guess we'll go and take the Magician Dragon and Apocalypse into a quick battle, just to, you know, see them struggle and suffer. We don't need level 100s for this fight, that's a little bit overkill. So there's Mr. Apocalypse, and then we've got Mr... All of those are in the vault. Look at all of those dead dragons. Rest in rip, my friends. There's the Magician, and I guess we'll just throw Olaf in there. So why not? Of course, legendaries aren't going to have much use until they've actually got all of their elements unlocked. But that's why in the last day, I did go through and I awakened the elements, the second elements, on like 30 dragons at least. So now a lot of the legendaries and a lot of the ancients just actually have their elements now. So maybe I'll do something with those eventually, one day. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I will. And you keep missing, Crankster. This is sad. This is very sad, Crankster. How could you keep missing? At least we will have a new section of campaign map, which I can't see it being difficult if we've got like epic sigils, because surely we'll just end up clearing the map immediately. I can't see it actually lasting very long for players that already have max level dragons. I guess the main ad for it is for players that are not max level already, unless there's something that we don't know about that new Nightmare campaign map. But it has been so long, genuinely so long for me, since I have even looked at the map as a not just food farming, gold farming battle thing. Everything I do in the map is just like blue map fights and just using up energy so that I can get points during events. Outside of that, I have not had to touch it for anything. So when we do get an update, it does feel kind of nice. It's like, wow, we're actually getting something, which is better than nothing. But, you know, we'll have to see. We're probably going to lose this fight, by the way. Poor little Apocalypse. You know, you've just come into life and you've already lost to a Mercury dragon. Sucks to suck, doesn't it? But, you know, who cares? Who cares? You know, until the dragons are fully upgraded and you try and use them in fights, of course, they're not going to get much value. I wish that we could have a baby league in DML, so all of these baby frees could actually come to life and, like, imagine just a full team of frees. I would so do that. 3 frees. I would do it. But anyway, you know, I mainly just wanted to get those 2 dragons hatched and update you on the upcoming events. Of course, we've had Bottomless Dungeon, PB Journey. I'm not going to finish this. I have not been able to log in frequently enough this week, so goodbye, Peanut Butter. Maybe we'll see you again soon. But I guess until then, the only thing that we can really do is just prepare for new update, prepare for new ancient event. So make sure you've got your portal gems stacked. That would be my advice. Make sure they're at as close to the limit as you can get them, but you also don't want to waste any, because now when people, you know, people send me gifts and then it'll say, oh, you want to convert it into gold? So realistically, I could use 30 energy right now and accept all of these and be back to max. I don't care enough, so I'm not going to do that, but you should if you haven't finished the maps yet. But anyway, for now, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining me on my GML, my GML journey. My DML journey. And we'll continue hatching more dragons, getting closer and closer to the higher stages in this leaderboard. I have seen a lot of people changing the leaderboard on here. It used to be different people, it used to be on top, but you know, we're probably not going to get close to this because I don't pay for a lot of dragons, but you know, maybe we'll get to top 100 one day. Probably not, but oh well, we'll see. For now, I appreciate you being here, and until next time, I do hope to see you then.